Hi guys, it's Shemi. So today I am super excited to be with you. I'm going to make a little cute little mini journal or booklet. I always love to write down quotes from books. I do a lot of reading, and just quotes that I like. So I wanted to make kind of a little booklet, and since Valentine's Day is coming up, I love quotes about love. So I thought it would be a great reminder to have just a little cute journal made out of tags, just full of quotes that speak to me and that I like, that kind of go with the theme of Valentine's Day. So as you saw there, I just used masking tape and I put all of the tags together, and now I'm going to just use my glue stick and glue down some pieces of collage. You could definitely use Shawn Petite's collage packs. That would be a great way to use that product, which is wonderful, but I had a lot of scraps that I wanted to use up, so I just used what I had in my stash. The main thing is that I really wanted to get the edges of where the tags meet, just so it could fold a little bit better. And in hindsight, I should have just used my matte medium to apply the pieces of paper, but I thought maybe it would be quicker to use the glue stick, but then I end up having to glue the pieces back down. So I recommend that if you do this, that you do actually use matte medium. So I let that dry a little bit. Then I'm going to take out some stencils, some of Shawn's stencils, and I am going to start stenciling onto my tags to make the background for my little book. So I like to use a cosmetic sponge when I do this. The trick is that you want to remove most of the paint, and then you just very gently tap on the stencil, and then you get a really beautiful impression. And I don't like my stenciling perfect. I like it when it's a little bit faded, so I don't apply a ton of paint. So I'm just going to do that, and I make sure to go over some of the pieces of that I have for collage, but I'm just going to kind of build up layers. So I'll do lots of stenciling now, and then I'll move on to the next step. Now I'm going to begin applying paint, and I'm just going to use my fingers. I love to use my fingers to paint. I love kind of that blended look that you get. So I just took a few different colors. This one is a coral color, and I just kind of used my fingers, and then I took a pink and I added that too. And then I'm going to use a white just to kind of push everything back. It's like an off-white. And I just keep, like I said, building up the layers until I get something that I love. And I did end up loving this, which is great. And I'm really concentrating on the paper, incorporating that. So if you put a little bit of paint on your paper, that works really, really well. Now I'm going to get out my watercolors. This is a set that someone gave me, so I don't even know what brand it is. But I'm just using the brown. You could definitely just use watered down acrylic for this, but I just love how watercolor looks sometimes on acrylic. So I'm just going to play with that a little bit. I just added just random splatters and just added just random kind of puddles. But I really love how that turns out. Then I'm going to cut out some hearts. So just from scrap pieces of paper that I have, I just went through my scrap bag and I pulled out kind of colors that reminded me of Valentine's Day. And I did use this black and white printable that is one of my printables that I made for my shop. So that was fun to incorporate that. And then I used just textbook paper, scrapbook paper, any kind of paper will do. And that's tissue paper, the gold and white piece. And yeah, I'm just going to glue those down. I always think that hearts are a great symbol for Valentine's Day, so I'm just going to glue those babies down. And I did let this dry in stages. Sometimes I don't think that you can tell, but it's important that you let things dry, especially in mixed media. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I printed off my quotes, and I just used a cool font that I liked. It kind of looks like typewriting to me. So I'm going to cut everything out and just apply them to the tags. And the side that I'm working on is actually going to be the inside of the little book, and then I'm going to do collage on the outside too. Now I'm going to use my Stabilo All Markers pencil, and I love this pencil, especially to kind of grunge things up. Everything was looking just a little bit too perfect, so I just go around the edges of my hearts, and then I'm going to activate it just with a brush to give that kind of grungy black line that the Stabilo All pencils give. So really fun. I love doing that part. And some of my hearts do come up, and that's just because I use the glue stick, which I shouldn't have done. And then I'm going to just take some permanent black ink, and I am going to stamp right on there. I love black stamping especially. I think that it brings things together, and I'm just going to ink around the edges of my little booklet. And I did use 4 tags. I was going to use 5, but I didn't like the way that it closed. I wanted to close in a special way, so I only used 4. And I am going to put the 2 middle ones together, and that will make a proper booklet. But you'll see the construction. You'll see me do that. But yes, so that was fun. And then I took this gold pin, and I just kind of wanted to accent the holes a little bit and to add some marks. So I took this really cool gold pin and added that. And then I'm going to add some gold marks because I love gold. I really do. It's so pretty. And then I'm just going to go around the words very messily with just a black micron pen, and yeah, just to kind of make them pop and make them a little bit special. So I like these quotes. They turned out really great. They're definitely some of my favorites that I have in my journal and written in my little commonplace book. So it was great to use them. So I'm just gonna go around everything with my pen very quickly. Very nice. And then I'm going to seal this in with my Mod, or it's Deco Page Glue from Deco Arts, but it's kind of like Mod Podge, but any kind of medium or glue will work, just to seal everything down, so it's nice. And you saw that for one of the quotes I went into the other little booklet. And then here I'm going to begin collaging. I accidentally flung some paint on top of my camera, so unfortunately I had to erase the footage of me doing all the collage work. But I just took brown paper, napkins, all sorts of scraps, and just kind of filled up the back of my little booklet. So Yes, and then I'm going to trim off those edges. Yes, just with my scissors, which is awesome. And you want to go into the grooves, so it still kind of looks like a tag. And you see here that I'm using my glue stick again to kind of reapply some things that came up, because sometimes that happens. So really on the edges you want to use, it would have been better. And then I decided to name this little booklet Quotes of Love. I have a friend, and it's so funny, he's from another country, and he calls love songs songs of love. So I thought, let's do quotes of love. So I'm just going to use also some stickers here, but I love the title of that book, and it takes me a while to get them off. These are stickers that are so pretty, but they are definitely tough to get off. And then I'm going to put the title of my little booklet, Quotes of Love, which is awesome. And then this is where I kind of realize I kind of play with it and fiddle about how I'm going to get it to close. So I have a piece of sari here, and I'm going to put 2 holes, one in the front of my book and then one in the back. They're probably not even lined up very evenly at all, but it works. And I'm just kind of, now I'm just biting the bullet. I'm going to go ahead and just glue down the pieces really, really well, because they're coming up again with that glue stick. So I'll just use that matte medium and do that too. And then I am going to use a brad in the front of this book, and that's going to create a closure. And then in the other hole I just put a piece of sari ribbon, and you just wrap it around, and it's a cute little closure. And that's when I realized that I need to add just a little bit of fabric, because I want to put some something on the top of my tags where the hole is. So I have this fabric scraps that I have and some sari yarn, and I'm just going to use my stapler and just stick them on. It's so fun and super, super easy. But I think since you have a hole for these little booklets, you should use it. And then I'm going to use double-sided sticky tape just right in the middle of the book to actually make it a proper booklet. And yes, and that's going to kind of bring it together. It's such a fun project. I really enjoyed this. It took me about an hour and a half to do it completely without it being sped up. And it looks so cute, and you can see all the little quotes, and I'll have pictures for you at the end. And I put a little bit of double-sided sticky tape just to make it so that it doesn't stick out. And then I'm going to seal everything just with my finger, I guess, and some glue. So I hope that you enjoy this. Thank you so much for being with me, and I hope that you have a wonderful Valentine's Day. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.